somehow it's August already. Like, I don't know what happened, but we took a breath, blinked, and like flew by. And so I don't really know how we got here, but we are now right on the edge of school starting, or for some of us, school has already started. And so thank you for taking time out of your busy day as you get ready for the start of school to come by and to join us as we take a look at all the new features, all the new changes in Google Workspace in the last 30 days. Again, my name is Joe Smizer. I am from our Google Services here, team here at Trifera. I'm thrilled that you're joining us. I'm joined in the Trifera studios this morning by my friend, my colleague, my partner in admin briefings, Andrea Friendo. Andrea, how are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you? I wasn't prepared for the Meet landscape change this morning.
Everything changes around.
Yeah.
Nothing stays the same.
It's like, good morning.
Let me. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Andrea. As we dive in, just a bit of housekeeping and a reminder for everybody. So this session is being recorded. The recording, the slide deck, the resources will all be shared with you by the end of the day tomorrow on Google Central. My goal is to have it by the end of the day today. Just takes a little while for the recording to process. But again, check out Google Central. It is your one-stop shop for all things Google Workspace, as well as all things Google Workspace admin briefing, because we'll be sharing all of our resources there. As we go, if you have any questions, drop the questions in the chat. Andrea and I will do the best we can to answer them. If we miss a question, remind us at the end. We'll have a chance for some Q&A at the end as well. With that, we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about what's new in August in Google Workspace for Education. We start with some new features inside of the admin console. All right, so as we get started, to bolster device security across your school district, there's new updates from Google Credential Provider for Windows. This is a feature available. So my slide says for all editions, really, this is the feature available for Google Workspace for Education Standard and Plus. Google Credential Provider for Windows allows you to manage your fleet of Windows 11 devices through the admin console. And it got a security enhancement this week as Google Workspace for Education administrators now have the ability to enforce the use of FIDO2 compliant physical security keys. So those USB security keys as a second authentication factor when staff or students sign in to their Windows devices. In addition to physical hardware keys, users now have the ability to utilize keys from nearby Bluetooth connected mobile devices to seamlessly complete their secondary authentication. This enhancement gives you a more robust way to improve your security posture and protect sensitive school data. If you're looking to implement this, there is no complex setup required on the end user side. You simply configure and enforce the hardware-backed two-step verification policies within your existing GCPW deployment. As we keep going, we'll switch gears a little bit and talk about some new features inside of Google Calendar. In a new update, Google's introducing greater control and privacy for users managing shared calendars. Google Calendar now features a new sharing permission level called Make Changes and see private events as free or busy. This setting allows users, such as your school administrators, to grant delegates the ability to create, delete, and edit standard events while keeping the details of any private events completely hidden. And so for delegates with this restricted permission, private events simply appear as blocked busy time on the grid. They cannot edit, reschedule, or see these events in search results. Alongside this new permission, Google Workspace for Education is also changing how visibility settings work for reoccurring events. Users no longer have the ability to alter the visibility of a single instance within a reoccurring event. Moving forward, any changes to visibility will apply to all events in that series. Additionally, existing reoccurring series will automatically update to reflect the strictest visibility setting currently applied to any single event within that series. There are no admin controls for this set of features, but end users can begin utilizing the new sharing permissions right now. As we keep going, just want to make sure everybody got brought in. Andrea, thank you for watching that for me. As we keep going, some other new features of Google Calendar to help streamline scheduling and communication within your school. A recent Google update makes it easier to identify administrative assistants right within meeting invitations. When viewing a guest list in Google Calendar on the web, your users will now see a new delegate icon next to leaders, such as principals, superintendents, or department heads who have scheduling support. Hovering over this icon reveals the assistant contact information and provides a quick link to initiate a chat message. This allows staff to seamlessly coordinate directly within the right support person without second guessing who actually manages that specific calendar. Interestingly, this visibility feature operates entirely independent of actual Google Calendar sharing permissions and instead pulls relationship data from the user's directory profile. For you, the IT administrator, if you want to take advantage of this new functionality, you simply need to ensure that relations such as assistant or admin assistant or executive assistant are accurately populated for users within Google Contacts or systemically updated via the Workspace Admin SDK API. There is no specific toggle switch to turn this on. The icons will automatically populate in events and scheduling views as long as the underlying data is set up correctly. All right, as we keep going, one more new feature inside of Google Calendar. Staff members using larger monitors will appreciate a new update to Google Workspace for Education that introduces better viewing options within Calendar. To provide more control over the calendar grid, Google has updated the information density options, allowing users to customize content scale on their screens. This is a helpful update for principals or administrative assistants who manage complex schedules and need an optimized view across different types of devices. The updated setting now includes 3 primary options where you have responsive to your screen, which dynamically scales and enlarges this to fill larger monitors. Comfortable, which maintains standard spacing regardless of screen size, as well as compact, which offers a Dizer view to view more events in one spot. All right, as we keep going, we'll pivot and we'll talk over the rest of new features inside of Google Meet. So as we get ready to prepare for parent-teacher conferences, which is crazy, but we're only a month or so away probably, as we prepare for those or just staff meetings, that process just got easier with a revamped Google Meet homepage on the web, which Andrew is pointing out. And you probably noticed today as you got into Google Meet as well. This update to Google Workspace for Education transformed the Meet homepage into a centralized hub for all meeting-related resources. Staff and educators can now quickly access meeting descriptions and calendar attachments to prepare for upcoming calls and just as easily find notes. And you can see this on your screen where you can quickly and easily not only see upcoming events, but you can see the resources tied to those events as well, so you can help prepare. This streamlined workflow is designed to keep users organized before, during, and after their meetings. The new interface also introduces week and month navigators, allowing users to look ahead at their schedule or revisit previous discussions with ease. Again, no admin controls for this. This is just a new feature that is enabled for everybody. Real fast, I've seen the chat. The question, I'm going to assume that these new features are slowly rolling out. Yes, they're in the process of rolling out right now. And some of these new features that we talk about may be available, maybe in the process of being rolled out, maybe coming soon. Just want to remind everybody of that. All right, so those are the new features inside of Meet. We're going to switch gears and talk about 2 or 3 new features inside of Google Classroom. And just like we talked about that new homepage for Google Classroom, there's a new homepage as well for Google Classroom. So we talked about Meet, sorry. We talked about the new homepage for Meet. There's a new homepage being rolled out right now for Google Classroom as well. And so this is being rolled out right now. This update transforms the homepage into a dynamic centralized hub with personalized views tailored for teachers, students, and now district administrators. So for example, teachers will see a dashboard with actionable insights and student classwork interactions, while students will see an enrolled view, highlighting upcoming due dates. Users with multiple roles can easily switch between the two. For you, the K-12 administrator, as well as school leaders, this revamped homepage provides a dedicated view featuring high-level performance analytics and convenient shortcuts to back-end administrative settings. While there is not a specific admin control to enable the homepage itself, you should be aware that visibility of certain features, such as Gemini integration, will depend on whether those specific tools have been enabled. You can also customize the review by changing OU access as well, so they can see things for their specific building. As we keep going, starting August, let's see, Plumage W system as an administrator, I will make sure that we get that posted. There are some guides out there. Paul, it's a great question. I will get those posted in Google Central. That way you can see that. Really pretty easy setup. But again, that way, if you have like a building administrator, you give them analytics for just their school, as opposed to, every school in your district. All right, switching gears a little bit. Again, starting next week, so August 10th, students of all ages across K-12, as well as higher education, will gain access to Gemini and Google Classroom, provided that you, the administrator, have enabled the appropriate service controls. So this expansion introduces contextualized starter prompts within the Student Gemini tab, allowing learners to select specific classes and assignments that Gemini can pull in exact instructions and curriculum materials. Students can leverage these tools to generate tailored flashcards, practice quizzes, interactive study guides, and more directly from Gemini, or sync these materials to Gemini Notebook for deeper analysis. Again, as we think about managing this in Google Workspace, access to the Gemini tab in Classroom is governed by the Gemini in Classroom control in the admin console, which defaults to on for enabled accounts. If you want to change that off, again, just go into Gemini in Classroom and you can toggle that off. If Gemini features are currently turned off for students in your domain, access will remain off for all students, including those under 18. Administrators who prefer to disable access specifically to younger age groups can manage permissions by creating an organizational unit for students under the age of 18 and adjusting the service toggles accordingly from there as well. All right, continuing on, another new feature announced today, creating assessment tools just became significantly faster for teachers using Google Workspace for Education. A new Gemini update in Google Classroom enables educators to generate tailored classroom-ready rubrics on the spot directly from the assignment creation screen. By drawing context from the assignment details, Gemini automatically drafts relevant scoring criteria and performance levels, which teachers can then edit and review before assigning to students. Educators can also convert existing rubric files into native classroom rubrics or export custom rubrics from the Gemini Planning tab into Google Docs and Sheets. As we think about this from an administrative standpoint, this feature is available by default for all users over the age of 18, provided that Gemini in Classroom is enabled. K-12 IT administrators do not need to perform any additional setup beyond this. However, it does require Google AI Pro for education to use the full feature set. As we keep going, I think we've got one new feature to talk about in Gmail, but it's one to be aware of. So critical security enhancement is coming to Gmail to protect user privacy and prevent accidental data disclosure across district workflows. When a user receives an email such as a blind carbon copy or BCC recipient and attempts to select reply all, Gmail will now display a prominent caution prompt requiring them to confirm that their intent before the message actually goes out. The safeguard helps educators, staff, district leaders avoid inadvertently revealing their presence or sharing confidential comments on sensitive email threads, such as internal administrative discussions, HR inquiries, and student privacy matters. As we keep going, we'll talk about some new features in Vids, several new features in Vids to talk about. Bringing advanced AI media creation to school districts, Google Workspace for Education is integrating the new Gemini Omni model directly into Google Vids. This update empowers educators and staff to generate high-fidelity video clips with enhanced physics, realistic motion, and improved text rendering directly from a simple prompt or reference image. Beyond generating new clips, users can now edit existing video footage using conversational text instructions, making it seamless to adjust visual styling, alter lighting, or strip out background noise without needing traditional editing software. So again, all you'd have to do is go into Vids and with that voice or a text prompt, tell it, hey, clean up background audio, remove this, add this. For district leaders, there are no specific admin console toggles to configure this capability. Access is automatically granted to users with qualifying Google Workspace for Education plans and add-ons, such as Google AI Pro for Education or Google Workspace for Education Plus. As we keep going, a compelling new feature is coming to Google Vids that brings personalized digital media creation to your team. Again, this is powered by Gemini Omni, but now you have the ability to generate personal AI avatars as well. With these, your users can now create a custom AI avatar of themselves and cast that avatar directly into AI-generated video clips. Staff simply perform a video reporting setup to create their own digital avatar. And then once created, they can generate realistic video segments starring that avatar, complete with natural speech and facial expressions by simply typing a script or entering a voice prompt. All right, one more with Google Meet. Sorry, not Google Meet, Google Vids. Enhancing digital storytelling and instructional video quality in Google Workspace for Education receives a big improvement over the last couple of weeks as Google introduced fine-grained audio steering controls for AI voiceovers and avatars. When writing video scripts, users can simply type an open bracket to select from a menu of steering tags that adjust emotional delivery, modify pacing, or add sound effects. Creators looking for a quicker workflow can also click Apply Audio Tags to let Vids automatically analyze the script and insert context-appropriate vocal cues. For you, the Google Workspace administrator, again, these Expressive capabilities allow your team, your staff, your teachers to produce far more engaging video lessons, announcements, and professional development content. District technology leaders will appreciate that this update rolls out automatically without any backend configuration. Again, this is available with Google AI Power for Education or Google Workspace for Education Plus. All right, we'll switch gears a little bit and we'll talk about some new features available in Gemini. Just like a lot of the recent months, a lot of new features coming your way are specific to Gemini. One of the big name changes out there you might have picked up. An official rebranding is underway for one of Google's flagship AI tools, and that's NotebookLM, which is now officially Gemini Notebook. While it continues to operate as a standalone research and study platform, the updated branding, refreshed logo reflect Google's goals for deeper integration across Google Workspace. Over the next few weeks, your staff and students will notice that these updated visual elements have started rolling out both across web and mobile interfaces. As we keep going, your educators looking to streamline assessment creation can now leverage Gemini and Google Forms to generate complete, ready-to-use quizzes in seconds. By using the Help Me Create panel, teachers can type a prompt or reference existing curriculum resources such as Google Docs, slides, or uploaded PDFs to instantly build a tailored assessment. Google then applies the magic, applying proper quiz settings, structured varying questions, and types like multiple choice or checkboxes, and then designates the correct answer keys, saving valuable time. Continuing on, some other new features with Gemini. To help your educators and staff produce more visually engaging materials, Google Workspace is introducing powerful new image generation and editing capabilities within Docs. Using Gemini, your users can now create custom images, diagrams, and rich text infographics that leverage the surrounding context of the document. So instead of hunting for the perfect clip art or relying on third-party design tools, your staff can simply use natural expression prompts to summarize the lesson plan into a diagram, adjust the style of multiple graphics, or change an image's aspect ratio right from the Gemini side panel. Continuing on, collaborative feedback in Google Docs is getting a significant efficiency boost through new Gemini-powered comment workflows designed to streamline review process. Staff members and educators can now interact with Gemini directly from the side panel or the bottom bar to synthesize long comment threads, draft grounded replies, insert comments on behalf of the user, and even generate inline text edits based on reviewer feedback. So for example, curriculum teams reviewing lesson plans or administrative staff collaborating on district policy updates can quickly ask Gemini to summarize unresolved feedback, identify key action items, and rewrite specific sections to address comments without having to manually sift through dozens of emails. All right. Continuing on, we're going to talk about this over a couple of upcoming slides here, but enhancing virtual collaboration across school districts. Google Workspace for Education has expanded the Take Notes for Me capability in Google Meet to include visual screenshots of presented content. That means when educators or administrators share slides, charts, or instructional materials during a call, Gemini will automatically capture snapshot images and embed them directly into the generated Google Doc notes. This ensures that post-meeting summaries capture important visual context alongside the written text, making the review of materials much clearer for absent staff or project collaborators. To support district data governance and privacy policies, school leaders can manage this functionality within the admin console. This isn't available yet. That's coming soon. So that you can configure the appropriate policies now so that your domain is ready when this is rolled out. So again, the policy is ready now. The feature is coming soon. Presenters are alerted with a brief notification when sharing their screen during a note-taking session and retain full control and the ability to turn off screenshots, capturing directly from the Meet side panel. Okay. To further build this out, again, you can kind of see what this looks like on your screen here. We can see a snapshot of the slide deck shared during the presentation, during the meeting, and then Gemini automatically included that in the notes that it created. And then again, highlighting this new visibility inside of the admin console, you can find these controls inside of the Gemini features, and you can then find Gemini note-taking as well as automatic note-taking and Ask Gemini in meetings there. Again, just highlighting this, so you should review these configurations in advance of the rollout. This new feature will be available September 21st. All right. So we've thrown a lot at you over the last 22 minutes. Thank you for your patience as we've taken a deep dive into all these new features. I'm going to hand it over to you. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about or anything that we might have missed, I'd encourage you to drop those questions in the chat, and we'll do the best we can to answer those. While you answer those, I want to bring to your attention a few upcoming events. The first one is a training that is kicking off this week. So we have hosted a handful of different boot camps over the last several years here at Trifera, where we've got a level 1 boot camp, level 2, Chrome OS. We're excited to introduce a brand new advanced training opportunity. This is something that we're calling GC360. It's going to meet over the course of 12 sessions. Each session will be an hour long, but we'll add about 50 minutes of content. But we'll also have a chance to answer Q&As, as well as giving you the ability to work through problems and interact with your peers so you can learn from your peers as well with some small group tabletop exercises. This is available to everybody with a Google Workspace, a Google Central Plus subscription. If you haven't signed up for Google Central Plus, we'd encourage you to sign up. And once you're signed up for Google Central Plus, you can access this under events. And again, just kind of highlight some other things available with Google Central Plus. Coming next week on Tuesday, we'll take an AppScript deep dive. So last month, Google made AppScript a core service. We'll take a look at what AppScript is, as well as how you can use it to set up some automations and add-ons and workflows to make managing Google Workspace in your domain easier. And then again, highlighting some other things coming up. The next GC360 session will be session 2 as we look at lifecycle management and licenses, and then session 3, managing Chrome devices. But we'll get started with some advanced directory features on Friday. All right, and then lastly, as we wrap up, some other things here. So if you are unfamiliar with us and our services, or you just need a little extra help, our team at Trifera and our Google services here would love to help. We offer all sorts of options for support. So ongoing support, managed services, security audits, and more. If you'd like to learn more, check out our link here, tfgslink.com/contact. One more time for folks in the back, that is tfgslink.com/contact. All right. So as we look at this, so Paul, we will get you the answer to that question. We'll make sure that gets posted on Google Central. Let's see. Cecilia, referring to the notes and slides embedding features, is there any way to do this for classroom meets? Is the best way to set up a calendar event? I don't see the setting, but the setting will probably be available for EDU Plus by September 12th. I will double check for that to see on the best way to share that. That's a great question. I'll talk to our teaching and learning side of the house. They may have some better suggestions than I do. Yeah, the full feature is coming in September. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up? All right. I am not seeing any other questions. However, I'll just highlight again, if you have questions about anything we talk about, go into Google Central. This will all be posted there. Ask your question there. We'll get you an answer. Or if it's something bigger or more urgent, again, reach out to us here at Trifera. We'd love to help however we can. All right, with that, thank you so much for joining us for the August edition of the Google Workspace for Education Admin Briefing. I hope this has been helpful. We'll see you down the road. Our next Google Workspace Admin Briefing is September 3rd. So we'll see you next month. But again, we would encourage you to check out some of our new trainings like GC360, as well as some other upcoming events, all on Google Central and Google Central Plus. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next month.